trick I ever heard of when I was a kid. I was like, wait a minute, so how does that work? And I'm like, oh, well, somebody records it in a studio, this big fat black guy,
right.
And then that guy, he's just doing this.
Have you ever seen Arnold Schwarzenegger's very first film or big film?
No.
It was called Hercules in New York.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That sounds as bad as it probably is.
And I think the original release of that, they dubbed a different voice in for Arnold's character. Hercules.
I would imagine.
But there is a version undubbed. And when I was in Iraq the last time back in 2008...
in between your Jeff Dunham DVDs.
Correct. my roommate, my buddy, another William, right? Mm-hmm. He managed to get a copy of the original Hercules in New York undubbed with Arnold's voice, and he barely could even speak English.
I'll tell you what.
He didn't know about getting on the chopper because they hadn't done a chopper.
He should have stayed as a robot. That was the perfect role for him. Just stay as the Terminator, man. Because everything else, man, is just like, oh.
But Total Recall.
Total Recall. No. That was just...
Because I'm in the Martian atmosphere.
All right, I'll take... I can't give Total Recall too hard of a time because Sharon Stone was hella fine in that movie. Holy smokes. You remember Basic Instinct when she unfolded her legs? Oh my God, it was like... I heard about it for so long before I got to see it. And I was just like, I didn't know what I was going to be looking at. I didn't know. Do you remember that when you were a little boy and you?
Not really. I didn't go through that.
Oh
man, I don't think I had any connection with Basic Instinct.
Oh well, you know the premise, right? Michael Douglas.
I mean, I think I had seen it in later years,
but you know the scene I'm talking about, right? It's
I believe so.
Infamous, where she's being interrogated, and she's smoking a cigarette in this real skimpy white dress, and then she's got her legs crossed, and then she goes to cross her legs the other way, and she kind of lets the camera kind of stay underwearless up the skirt. Man, it was. All the boys in California, we were all talking about it. Oh my God, have you seen it? I haven't seen it. Dude, I don't know what it was. We were like, the vagina was just this thing that,
I can understand. Yeah, like the mystique, and you're desirous to know.
It's like, what's under there? And I don't remember the exact moment when I first saw it, but I remember just having to, think about it for a while. Just be like, that was... William, do you want to come up to the board and finish this problem? I'm sorry, what?
Wow, yeah, it's taking over school, huh?
No, I couldn't focus, man. I was just like, and then the first time I saw Hustler, oh my God, that blew my mind. That I do remember. My friend,
Hustler.
Yeah, that's.
Man. Is that the one with the girl from Saved by the Bell?
Oh no, she was
a different thing that I heard about.
No, she was. I believe she was Penthouse. Hustler is, like my dad.
You're talking about the magazine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I thought there was a movie.
There is. It's about. The creator of Hustler.
Okay.
It's got Courtney Cox in it. She plays his wife. She does amazing. I think she won like an Academy Award or something for it. But yeah, Hustler the magazine. I had stumbled across some of my dad's Playboys, and then you see Hustler, and they get that camera up in there, and you.
I would believe that happens.
I did not see any of that coming either.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't grow up around a lot of Playboy magazines.
Porn?
Not
you didn't
so
grow
much.
Up around porn?
Not particularly. It wasn't like a thing in my home. I'm not saying I didn't have interest. Certainly
Sure.
sought things out. I'll be honest. Sure. I was kind of interested in the undergarment ads in the Sunday papers.
Of course,
sometimes.
Of course.
You're a curious young man. I don't advocate that. I'm not a big advocator, but yeah, definitely young man growing up. Curiosities they do happen.
There was this kid Josh in my grade school, and it was like seventh grade, where his dad actually I don't know what they called it back then, but basically thought, or his wife thought, or whatever, that he had like a porn addiction. So he threw out he had to throw out all of his Playboys. Well, my buddy, he's like, okay, here's an opportunity. He went and took them out of the garbage can. He brought them to school. He had me keep them. He was like, here, you need to hold on to these because if I get caught with these, I'm fucked. And I know that you don't care about that sort of thing. And I was like, no, man, I'll keep them. That's cool. So
yeah, you would have no problem.
So then then what we started doing was we started ripping out the centerfolds or any like pictures, and we'd take them to school, and we'd sell them $5 for a centerfold, $1 for
you had a racket
pin-up.
going on.
We had a little underground thing, and all the kids would like buy pictures of naked girls from us, and then we graduated to hood ornaments. We would go out in the parking lot and rip the hood ornaments off our cars, the teachers' cars, and then turn around and sell them to students. A Mercedes, a Mercedes logo.
That's
15.
pretty funny.
It's 15. If you want a Cadillac, those are rare. So that's 20.
I had a couple of buddies I knew in junior high who had a racket going on for a while.
And what was that? What were they selling?
Gym T-shirts.
What?
Yeah, so we had to wear T-shirts for gym class, right? Like we had like shorts and T-shirt we had to wear every day. It was like the uniform for gym. And,
right.
Right.
Had your name written on it?
Exactly. Right. So cats would like put their shirt back in their locker, right? Their clean shirt that they had, they'd leave their locker unlocked. And, some of us, we'd have to hang back. We'd get a shower and stuff. And these guys would hang back a little while. And if people left their lockers unlocked, they'd be like, guess you didn't really want your shirt that bad. And so they said, going to be a couple bucks to get it back.
What?
Yeah.
They would hold
got
your gym
suspended for 3 days from school, as I remember.
Wow.
For doing it. After a while, that it was caught on to by the gym teacher. They were done.
Wow.
But they had a good racket going on for a while.
Oh, man. I remember when we were doing the hood ornaments, we got caught. Of course, my mom was cleaning my room, and she found a whole drawer full of just all kinds of hood ornaments that we were selling. So my mom, since we couldn't, go to every car, because I would also do this when I was delivering papers. Me and my brothers had paper routes. I would be out there 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if I happened to be delivering a paper and I got a hood ornament, pop it,
wow, man,
deliver the paper, and just throw it in my
you're
drawer.
Quite the opportunist at a young age. I don't know if that's like the kind of opportunism you want to be having.
No. So my mom found out, and as a punishment, I went to a Catholic grade school, so we went to the church, and we had to look up and see how much it would cost anybody to replace a Mercedes-Benz. We tallied them all up. We had a big, just piece of paper just like this, and we went to the dealerships and we asked how much it would cost, and then we totaled it up. And I had something like $460 worth of hood ornaments, and I had to do community service at the church until I paid that money back to the community, so to speak, because we couldn't go to the individuals.
Correct.
And that was the end of my heist.
Outstanding.
Fucking $460 worth of community service.
That's some
in
good
a church.
parents right there.
Oh, by the end of it, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that anymore. Because he wanted to get back into it in high school, and I was
So you grew up Catholic, huh?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I remembered
Catholic,
that.
Yeah.
So my wife also did, and it's funny. I've been my wife's mom lived in Rockford pretty much her whole life, but earlier last year we wanted her to move down to Peoria to be closer to us, so we could help take care of her and things. She's in her early 80s now.
Sure. Okay.
And so we got her hooked up to live at a retirement community, Catholic-based retirement community in the area here. And she's like 7 or 8 minutes away from the house now. It's really cool.
Okay.
But I wanted her to be able to have something useful to listen to her music on, to be able to, if she wants to. She's very big on doing the rosary, multiple times a day.
Wow.
She keeps it legit, and she's pretty consistently going to mass there at the retirement home and everything. But I wanted her to have something with pictures of all her grandkids,
sure.
even her step grandkids for me, and my wife's brother's kids who live over in Australia, and all the grand dogs, right?
Okay.
All the 3 grand dogs that we've got. So just to give her something that she could access all this stuff on more simply, because technology is kind of a pain in the butt for people who haven't grown up with it.
Right.
So I guess she got like a gift card from her son for Amazon for Christmas, and we got her a Kindle Fire tablet, like the newer ones, the little 8-inch ones.
Sure.
And I've been setting this up. I managed to get a copy of that was EWTN, is like the Catholic television network that you can do online. Mother Angelica, I think, is the lady who founded that years ago. And anytime she comes over, my mother-in-law comes over to our house, we'll put on the EWTN from the Roku, and she can just watch that stuff as much as she likes all day. It's some of her favorite. So now I've got it set up where she's got that app on her tablet, and we've got Mother Angelica leading the rosary. I've got like a video clip of that, so she can access it like offline, you know, and do that even if she doesn't have internet, you know, at any given time. But yeah, she digs that. It's like super, super important to her. Did you grow up, you know, doing the Hail Mary, full of grace?
Yeah. I did the
every day.
I did the first communion, the baptism, the everything. Man, I was an altar boy.
I was also an altar boy, but not Catholic.
One of the things when we moved here from California, as an altar boy, me and my buddy Brian, who I believe you've met, he was a guitarist for a band I was in a while ago.
Yeah, I remember Brian.
Him and me would altar, and while we were in the altar room changing, I loved the way that the hosts taste.
Oh, yeah.
I loved them. Those wafers were awesome. And we had access to wine. So we would drink before we go up on stage, and I would just fill.
You start talking about like it's a gig.
I would just fill my pockets with the host, and I'd just chew on them all day, the rest of the day at school.
That's hilarious.
And people were like, well, you can't do that. That's the body of Christ. I was like, it hasn't been blessed yet. So
transubstantiation has not occurred.
It has not occurred. They're just in the plastic bag, so it's not God yet. So that's how I got around it morally.
Right.
But yeah, man, I did all that stuff. Church every week. I had to go.
You were a hellion.
I had to go
ripping off car hood ornaments and host.
Yeah,
I got to nab the host, man. Like
they were delicious, dude. You know they were. But I would go to church Friday morning for school, and then I would have to go Sunday morning with my family, and it was just like it was church overload, man. Confessionals were always awkward because I had a lot
to confess.
I had a lot to talk about.
Mr. ripping off all kinds of stuff.
I mean, it was about that.
How many Hail Marys did you get for penance?
It was
5,000.
I got a lot, man. I got a lot. It got so bad that I stopped going to whoever it was, and I would set up a time so I can go to this one priest because I think he understood. He's like, because all of them would just come down really hard on me and have to give me, 20 Hail Marys. And so I just started going to one guy, and he started being like, all right, well, this isn't going to change, so I'm going to take it easy on him. So he'd only end up giving me like 5 each, and then I'd have to... But I'd have to be honest with him. You have to tell me everything. Like, have you been, thinking about girls or anything? Yeah. Have you cussed? Yeah. Have you disrespected your parents? Yeah.
How many millennia are you going to be spending in purgatory?
Dude, man, it's going to be a long wait. It's going to be a really long wait.
Have you ever heard of a musical called "Do Black Patent Leather Shoes Really Reflect Up"? That's a long name.
That is a long
name. I realize, but it's I guess an older musical. That takes place in like a Catholic school, and it's all these different scenarios similar to what you're discussing, like kids going through the confessional time with the priest and talking about all these different things, like
brutal, man.
Father, if you ate a hot dog on Friday and you're on the international date line in the Pacific Ocean, it's a sin,
Right. No, like it's everything was a sin, man. It just felt like it was just like, fuck, man, I can't do it. Damn it. Oh, there I go again. I just sinned.
Another 100 years in purgatory for you.
I couldn't find my way around it. So my parents were like, as soon as you turn 18, that's your choice. You don't have to go to church. I think my parents were secretly hoping I'd stop going to mass so they could stop going to mass.
Really?
Yeah, because once I was kind of always, I'm the second oldest.
Yeah.
And my older brother Davey's very, I don't want to say conservative, but once I started being like, all right, I've turned 18, I don't want to go to church anymore, and I made that. My younger brothers, they were all like, no way, dude. You don't have to go to church. And I would seriously sit on the couch and wave them off as they went off to church. And I think I kind of paved the way for them because once each one of them hit 18, they were just like, nope, I ain't going. Bill didn't have to. I'm not going. And then finally, everybody got old enough, and my parents were like, "Well, shit, if nobody's going, why are we going?"